Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and go add me on TikTok and Instagram and click the bell so you can get notified when I drop my next video. So let's go. On today's episode of I Ain't No Chef, but we gonna eat. Let's make some chicken and rice. This recipe was such a staple of my childhood. I don't know how I forgot about it, but it's so easy to make and it takes less than an hour. First, we're gonna take 2 cleaned and dried chicken breasts and we're gonna season them up. I like to slice my chicken breasts in half using my hex-clad knife. This is an optional step though. You're going to use whatever seasonings you normally use for your chicken. I'm going to rub them down with some olive oil on both sides. Then we're going to add some onion powder. We're going to add some garlic powder, all-purpose seasoning or whatever is your favorite, smoked paprika, black pepper. I ran out of seasoned pepper, which is what I prefer, and a little parsley. Now we're going to press and rub them seasonings down into that chicken breast. Flip it and repeat the same steps. You want to make sure that all your chicken is well seasoned. Okay, so once you have seasoned both sides of all your chicken breasts, we're going to let that marinate for a little while it's time to prep the veggies. Now listen, I ain't no chef, like I've said plenty of times, so do not come for me for these chopping skills. This is how I chop my veggies. You chop them as you wish, as long as you don't lose no finger. So we're going to cut up 2 stalks of celery and a handful of baby carrots, or you can use like 1 or 2 large carrots. All I have is baby carrots, so that's what we're using. And then 1 onion. Of course, you can adjust the portions of your veggies to your liking, but this is just a general guide. So to a heated pan, I love this hex-clad pan, y'all. But anyway, to a heated pan, we're going to add some olive oil in the seasoned chicken. Don't overcrowd your pot, so I'm going to do just 1 chicken breast, which I slice into 2. And we're going to let that cook for a minute. We only want to sear them. So that's about a good 3 to 4 minutes per side. It should look like this when you're done. You do not want them to cook all the way. You just want a little sear to them to get them a little darkened. Okay, so all my chicken is seared and ready to be put to the side. Remove your chicken. Turn it to a low flame. Mine is between a 3 and a 4. And in that same pot, you're going to add in your veggies. Let them cook for like a good minute and a half. And then you're going to add a whole stick of salted butter. I like salted butter because it cuts out the need for salt, but you just need a stick of butter. A quick tip, slice the butter, slice it up so that it can melt faster because you don't want it to sit there a whole stick of butter trying to wait for it to melt. Okay, so I didn't have any chicken broth or any chicken stock still, but I did have some chicken flavored bouillon. So that's what I use. And let's prepare that as instructed on the bottle. Okay, so I basically did 4 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon flavoring and then 4 cups of boiling hot water. I mixed that up and then I added another, I think 6. I added another 2 cups. So I had 6 cups of chicken broth and then 2 cups of water. Okay, so basically for this recipe, you will need 8 cups of liquid in total. You can do half chicken broth, half water, or all chicken broth, or you can do how I did. I did about 6 cups of the chicken broth and then 2 cups of water. And now we're going to get back to the veggies. Once your butter has melted, you're going to add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, or you can use fresh garlic cloves. I like to use minced garlic because I don't know about you, but I like to use garlic that was minced by somebody else. Okay, so we're going to stir and add in about half a cup of flour. You're going to add it in gradually. You do not want to dump the whole half a cup of flour into the pot. So you're going to combine it into your veggies as you go, just a little at a time. You want the flour to like cook down or disappear before you add some more. Your veggies are going to start to clump up and look something like this. That's how you know that you're doing it right. And all your all your flour is cooked down. You're going to let that cook for about another minute. And once that's done, it's time to add in your 8 cups of liquid or chicken broth. I prefer to add it in about a half at a time so that I can stir it, give it a good stir, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. And then I'll add the rest of the cups of the liquid to the pot, give it another good stir. And now it's time to season it with the same seasonings you use for your chicken in the beginning. Okay, so that means you're going to put a teaspoon of parsley and a teaspoon of thyme. You can use both fresh parsley and fresh thyme for this, but I don't have that, so this is what we're going to use. 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of adobo or your favorite all-purpose seasonings, 1.5 tablespoons of black or seasoned pepper, and then 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika or regular paprika. Now it's time to give it a good old stir. Make sure all the seasonings are mixed really well. Okay, so now it's time to add in your seared chicken breast, and we're gonna put all the juices from off that plate in there too. Make sure that it is covered with the liquid, so if you need to push the chicken down, we're gonna cover it and let that cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on the thickness of your chicken breast. And this is gonna be on a medium low, so about, for me, that was in between a 3 and a 4. At about that 20 to 22-minute mark, we're going to remove all of the chicken from the pot and we're going to set that aside and turn your heat to a low. So that's about a 2 or 3. Make sure you shred up all of your chicken breasts. I like to use a hand mixer to shred my chicken breast. It's just faster and easier for me, but you can do what you prefer to get it as shredded as you may like it. Some people like it in larger chunks than others. So do it how you like. Okay, so once you finish shredding all your chicken, we're going to add in some washed rice. You can use either white rice or jasmine rice. I have jasmine rice, so that is what I use. I used about 1 1/4 cup of the jasmine rice because that's what I had on hand. We're going to give it a stir once or twice, not too much though, just once or twice. You just want to make sure that the rice doesn't go straight to sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, so here's a little side note. If you want your chicken and rice to be a little less soupy, you add in 2 cups of rice. If you want it to be a little more soupy, then you add in more like 1 cup of rice. It all depends on your preference, of course. Anyway, add in all your shredded chicken breast, and then we're going to turn it to low. I'm talking about like a 1 or 2. Mine is in between 1, closer to 2 though. We're going to give it a good stir first, and then we're going to cover it for about 15 to 20 minutes. It really is going to depend on how much rice you've added, how you prefer your chicken and rice. Do you like it more on a soupy base or more of a thick consistency? So give it about 15 to 20 minutes and then check it and go from there. Okay, so we're going to cut the heat, remove the lid, and we're going to stir it up to make sure that the rice is not stuck to the bottom of the pot, but still not too much stirring. And just like that, your chicken and rice is done. I wish y'all could smell it. It smells so, so, so good. I cannot wait to eat some. Now let's bowl this up. Oh, I forgot to mention that this recipe yields about 8 to 10 servings, depending on your serving size. But it's 4 of us, and we had leftovers. And I just tasted it, and man, chef's kiss. Just look at it. This is the perfect consistency for me. This is how I remember eating it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, or even if you're trying this, let me know in the comments, and go ahead and check out all my shorts. I have a lot more recipes. Well, not a lot more, but enough recipes that are easy, simple, and cheap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, comment, all of the things. And I'll see y'all on the next episode of I Ain't No Chef, but we gonna eat. Okay, bye.